Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. It's your host, Laws in the building. It's me, it's Aaron. We rocking out. A lot of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna get into it. First things first, though. It wasn't an Ether versus Jay-Z type joint, Nas versus Jay-Z. It wasn't that. J. Cole dropped the album last Friday. He was dissing Kendrick on the joint. Then midway through the week, he apologized on stage in front of millions of fans. Said it didn't sit right in my spirit. So I had to, I tried to downplay. I was trying to look for an angle against the man, and it was corny. And retracted his diss record, dog, or his shot, or whatever. What are your thoughts, Aaron?
To me, that's the realest thing I ever seen a light skinned nigga do. To be honest,
That's
like it didn't sit well with the Bama. I guess he felt like
Mhm.
because y'all dinosaurs. Y'all want to see
We
first of all, y'all
dinosaur.
want to see the hip hop battle. Y'all want to see Bama go back and forth, rap wise anyway. And that's really his man. It's almost like if me and you get into something and we start doing podcasts talking about each other on the low, like back and forth. Like he really didn't want to do that, Jay, for real, for real. But I felt like he got baited. He felt obligated just being a hip hop head, and it didn't sit well with him. So Bama came and took it back. I don't have a problem with it. But a lot of
Dog.
you old Bamas is banging the table and get off
Dog.
my lawn. But I don't know. You can't win. You can't
No,
win.
I'm hearing people calling him corny, calling him soft, say he didn't want to smoke. Say, dog, stop
It's
it,
no like
people.
why like black people
It's
piss me
it's
off with
rap. It's rap,
cosplaying street
dog.
stuff. What do you mean smoke? It's no smoke. Nobody was going to die between Kendrick and J. Cole. Like, stop. Everything don't have to be street related or street lingo. It's just black people make me sick sometimes, dog, with that stuff.
Oh my
Nobody
goodness.
was gonna get hurt. It wasn't gonna be no fights, no tussles. Nobody was getting robbed. Nobody was getting slapped. Dog, that's his man. He didn't want to do it. Let it be.
Yeah.
That's like when Bam was
Yeah.
about to fight at school, and then they not about to fight by the time the bell ring and Bama's get mad and try to size Bama's up to
Yeah,
fight
yeah.
anyway when
Yo,
they really
oh, you
not mad at
soft,
each
dog.
other.
You ain't trying to fight him, dog.
You
Oh, you
said you was gonna
scared.
steal him earlier. Like,
Yeah, you scared, dog. The classic
ain't that
manipulation.
Bama like 35, 40 years old, J. Cole? And like, stop.
Yeah. Dog. I respect it. I definitely respect it. It's people saying a lot of wild stuff. We're not gonna call out no names on here, but I just, I'm like, dog. One, you got two black guys, black at the top of their craft, like feuding against each other. Like that's what the industry want to happen, dog. There's nothing good that can come out. I mean, you can lace your pockets and get money, but all money ain't good money. And if you gotta tear another black man down, like, dog, when the last time you seen the top country artists, white country artists beefing, going back and forth song for like, dog, it only happens in our genre of music. I'm glad he took the high road, dog. I don't know if Kendrick gonna rock with it or whatever, but
He gonna seem corny if he don't rock with. Like, if you still bullying a Bama that clearly say, he don't want no issues and there's no bloodshed, it hasn't gotten physical, then
mhm,
it's gonna make Kendrick look corny at that point if
mhm.
he keep pressing the issue.
But Bama's love that dog, that ignorance. You
But
know that
like,
Joe,
yes, when they
the
come to like if
lifetime
this
in
was
the
like the
hood.
Chicago drill rapping Bamas or certain other like
Mhm,
groups, yes, like they need the animosity and the opposition to basically be able to fuel their careers. Neither one of these dudes needed that or came into rap like with that energy. So it's not something that they need to sell records. Like neither
mhm,
one of them. And I mean maybe Kendrick now because he kind of fallen off in a way where it's like he take the 50 Cent approach, like this is how I'm gonna get people's attention, and that's a lot of what happens in rap. But at the same time, if a dude say, "Nah, I'm not doing this. It's not for me," and you keep,
mhm,
it's gonna make him look corny because people already think Kendrick corny. It's a lot of people that I'm not the
mhm,
biggest Kendrick fan. Like to me, he rap like a robot and sound kind of
mhm.
weird. So he already kind of on the verge. He's like one of them backpack people that people kind of think is weird. So it's he right on the verge if he keep pressing the issue where it's gonna be like, okay, corny boy, like cut that out.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, dog. I mean, it's rap. At the end of the day, Cole can rap. We know Cole can rap, so it's not even like, you know, yeah, dog. We living in the past. Dinosaur,
Is it?
I can admit, dog. I was like, is this ether? You about to ether? Can we get an ether?
Oh, they can't have that kind of stuff now because people die behind it, like
Yeah,
really die behind it.
I mean, we had Tupac and Biggie die
Yeah, but it
because the
got
jump,
worse. Like
but it started like regular, and then the jump just escalated. Like it just,
when you mix too much street stuff, dog, then it get ugly. And now where you got brands where they actually take guys out the street. It used to be like you had a Bama that was kind of standing on the side watching. That was the
mhm,
representative and the rapper. Now they take the
mhm.
Bama fresh out of jail and make him the star. So stuff has gotten it's getting ugly now. Where you can't kind of have that back and forth because somebody gonna die or somebody in the entourage. You know, something's gonna
Yeah,
happen to
yeah, yeah,
somebody.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah,
best
yeah.
to just leave it alone.
Yeah, nah, that's wise, dog. That's wise. Wise words, dog. Now, this I saw this today, Aaron. I just wanted your thoughts on the joint. This is
Please,
Nate Tice.
please, God, let that happen. What Nate Tice look like? I can probably bet you, but
Dog, you know what he looked like, Aaron?
please,
MAGA 200.
don't. When I tell you that will be the greatest gift to anybody who does podcasts and draft evaluations because we're gonna be able to troll the Chicago Bears for decades to come. This is Mitchell Trubisky all over again, and this to
Dog,
me could be potentially one of the best quarterback drafts
we seen in a while.
in a minute because they thought that draft with they thought Sam Darnold, and all those other guys was going to be, super
Mhm,
elite at the top of that draft, but it ended up being Lamar and Josh Allen, guys that weren't projected to be those top guys out of that draft
mhm,
class. Like I
mhm.
think this draft class is better than that.
Yeah, dog. The fact that this Bama got Jaden Daniels at number 20, are you kidding? Dog,
I didn't
listen, the
even see
only
that.
reason I have this up, only reason I had this up is because once it pans out, because you know it take like a season and a half, Aaron, for everything to pan out. And my memory like an elephant, dog. We gonna make sure we save the receipts because idiots like this who know nothing about football, they just skate under the radar with these stupid hot takes that don't make any sense, and then they just fade into the background, dog. After this draft and after it pans out, this Bama should not have a job in the media. Like that's got to be the cost of these bad takes and getting these evaluations egregiously wrong. Like it's one thing to be like, it's one thing, Aaron. You know, I'm saying you be like, oh, Jaden Daniels, he not the best quarterback. I got him at number 3, right? Okay, 3 or 4, whatever. But to just try to like actively diminish and suppress him. Like, come on, bro. What is we doing? What is we doing, bro? What are we doing? You saw Chris Sims talking about Michael Penix Jr. versus the Golden Boy and Drake May. He said Michael Penix Jr. spin that thing way better.
He
I
might be the
think
most ready, like coming out, just drop him in a NFL offense today and be ready by training camp. To me, he might be the most ready out of all of the guys in the draft.
he
Now, other
might. He
guys
might.
have higher ceilings. They're younger. They have other abilities that would make you take that risk and take them over him. Of course, he's like
Mm-hmm,
24.
mm-hmm,
He's had the knee injuries.
mm-hmm.
But if you talking about just flat out throwing the football in an NFL offense, he's the guy that you can probably roll out there week one and have a chance to win football games versus some of the other guys that you would have to tailor some things to or make some
Yeah,
changes or just build it around them versus just
yeah.
dropping him in a system that already exists and have him run it. Let's say Minnesota, like
Oh,
with Kirk Cousins, you remove Kirk Cousins, you
and
got
put
a
him
couple
there.
weapons there, just drop him in. I think you get around the same record output. What Kirk Cousins give you 8-8 or 7-9 the first year? You can get that from Penix year
Yeah.
one.
You definitely you gotta give that man protection. If he's running for his life, it's not gonna be good. But if he got a little protection, or you just do the West Coast offense where everything's dink and dunk like quick, and then you throw some like downfield plays in there. Oh, he's your guy, dog. He's your guy for sure. Um, yeah, I like Penix, but this whole Drake May stuff, I don't know if the Washington Commanders just throwing smoke screens out there, throwing JJ McCarthy, then Drake May, like just to try to like see what kind of value they can get, or to just throw people off the scent or whatever. I don't even know why they got to do all that. You pick a number 2, just go in and pick your guy. You don't even have to do all of that. Like I don't know, but to me, we keep saying it every week. The reason I'm saying it so much and stressing it, so then when I got to pull the tapes, I ain't got to go back through all the episodes. I can just pick any episode. We say it on every episode. Drake May is not the guy.
He's the plant of this draft. He's the plant. He's the
Be
Trubisky.
sorely disappointed.
He's the Daniel Jones. He's the who else was the plant in the last couple years?
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Those guys, that's him. Sam Darnold, that's him. Well, Sam Darnold was kind of highly regarded. He just was trash.
Mm-hmm.
But the other guys just plants where you're like, where these guys come from at this point in the draft? You didn't hear their names during the season. Like, he's not that guy. Maybe last year, but this year, no, he's not that guy.
Yeah. On to some basketball. So we had the W, the women's national championship. South Carolina, Don Staley, they get the W. They beat Iowa and Caitlin Clark. And it was a good game. And I mean, dog, what can you say about that program? Don Staley done got the girls playing at a high level. The way she prepares them, how they play against dudes to prepare, like, dog, she's just a cut above, dog. A cut above. And shout out to her. Congratulations to that program. They beat Caitlin Clark, and they try to like handle them for real. They tried to make it close, but they got the W. Then we had on the men's side, we had a national championship last night.
Smack.
And it was UConn versus Purdue. Purdue hung in that jump for maybe about 16 minutes in the first half. And then, but UConn really controlled the tempo of the game pretty much the entire way. And then they end up, I mean, when you got into the second half, they just started to pull away. And UConn just like, one thing I was impressed by UConn's team, I mean, they've been doing it all year, but these Bama's, like, when they needed when they were trying to extend the lead, they would just work the clock, cash 3. Like, every clutch bucket they needed, they got. Like, they weren't turning the ball over. They were just making sure. It's a phenomenal team, dog. They got players. I mean, when you talk about like NBA talent, it's not the same as like before. Like, I think they're a complete team. They got a lot of good players. The tall dude they got on their squad, he all right. But if you can't shoot outside jumpers, it's just not going to fly at the next level. I mean, I think if you got a late round pick and you need a body to fill the inside and give you some rebounds and block shots and maybe give you some inside buckets, then that's your guy. But otherwise, it's Cody Zeller all over again, dog. Yeah, so that's that. I saw this, Aaron. Let me get your thoughts on this.
Just come out of school. I'd hired David Falk as my agent.
This is Michael's agent.
Yeah,
super
Michael.
agent.
Yeah, super powerful in the NBA. We're talking one day, and I'm in an office. They got down to like a couple teams, and they were like, "Oh, they'll take him here because I was like, "Take him here because what?" And they were like, "Well, that you're white." I was like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Well, Rex, most of the season ticket holders are white, and the sponsors are white, and the fans are white, so people want to come see people play that kind of look like them." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? But guess who took me? The Charlotte Hornets, brand new team right down there in the Bible Belt. When I got to Charlotte, met the owner for the first time, and then he took me in the basement to his house and poured me something to drink and said, "Hey, Rex, you have a black girlfriend?" I was 19 or 20, and I was just so tired of hearing this. And he immediately went, "No, no, no, no. You know, I don't care. It's just," and he said this, "it's just we live down here in the Bible Belt. Good God-fearing people don't like that, and you shouldn't do that out in public."
What year was this?
Would have been my rookie year, so 1988.
1988, Aaron.
And they have more metrics and analytics now, so it's probably way worse now than it was then.
It's probably shifted a little bit in basketball because like the league is predominantly black, but
Shifted how?
football,
Like, it's gotten whiter now than it was then.
you think it's
In the
more
early
white players?
2000s, not in '88, but I'm saying in the last 5 years to 10 years to 15, in the last 20 years, the league has gotten whiter.
They trending to the foreign players and bringing them in, and the Denny Avdias and all of these Bama's here to just kind of internationalize the game a
All you
little
gotta do is
bit.
look at the Wizards. These Bama's done drafted white guys in 2 of the last 3 drafts with their first round pick, and then this international team and passing on stop. Like, it's clearly
I,
emphasis on it's clearly an emphasis on um, having the leaning towards the marketing team versus
Mhm,
just flat out basketball. Like we said, just keep it football. Like, take the politics
mhm,
out of it. You could clearly see, and Ted cares more about money than he does about anything. He don't care if the Wizards win or not.
mhm,
He know DC got a heavy Jewish population, so they got went and got Denny and trying to feature him and got rid of Roy, who just got
mhm,
30 last night with the Lakers or the night before. You know what I mean? It's like it's clear what's going on. And then they
mhm.
know they got a big big Asian population, so they go and get Roy. It's just though with Ted, it's obviously not about basketball. He's trying to make
It's
as much
not.
money as he
It's not.
can. He done got rid of so many seats and replaced it with those little screens that go around the arena trying to hide the fact that Bama's ain't showing. Like, stop.
Football, I'm sure, is worse though too. When it comes to quarterback selecting quarterbacks, and
Quarterbacks, coaches, and OCs.
you already know, dog. You already know. Yeah, I. It's going. The fact that this is 1988, Rex Chapman talking about this.
And and I think now they don't necessarily trust because the white guys are like buddy buddy with the blacks now. It's not
Mhm,
so like they don't trust being able to have that conversation with white guys now because they feel like it could come out.
mhm.
Because the white guys now they listening to rap, they hanging with the niggas, dressing like the niggas. So it's not a safe conversation with owners anymore. They can't bet on being able to say that and it not getting out. And with the
Yeah,
culture that we have with
they're not
cancel
gonna
culture,
they're not gonna ask that question.
you lose your team, you say that to the wrong white boy.
Yeah, Donald Sterling. What was the Bama?
Don't
Yeah,
walk with him. Right?
don't
He said you can sleep with him, but don't walk with him. You embarrassing me. That's no, that's wild. If you think about the true meaning of what that Bama was saying, he don't care if you sleep with the other dudes or with a black dude. Just don't walk around with him and embarrass me.
They're out of control, dog.
If it wasn't
Oh,
so racist, that shit would be real as hell. If Bama said, just don't walk with him.
yeah, dog. They had to get that man out of there, dog. That's OC. That's OC. Uh, dog. What you think about Zach Edey at the next level? You think he gonna be able to?
I think he hurt the stock for all centers really at the next level. Like, cause some of the coaches and some of the people around the game were trying to tease, like, oh, like you got to take him high in the draft, like
Mhm,
regardless of what's going on in the league, like he's got what National Basketball Player of the Year 2 years in a row. But then
mhm,
when you look, he was really confused last night when the double teams was coming. He didn't know what to do. He wasn't quick enough, or just go into his move trying to score. He got to hold it and think and see what was going on. He just like they suffocated him.
mhm,
He wasn't making great passes out of the post. He wasn't scoring as easily as he had been in the rest of the tournament dominating. And that looks more like what he would look like in the league than what he's been doing against some of these other teams.
Mhm.
Because guys are more athletic, they're bigger, they're stronger. The coaches are smarter. The double teams and the defenses they're going to send at him aren't going to allow him to sit in there and get. And then just to imagine the NBA, the way the NBA is played now, with scoring being higher, the game being up and down, to wait for him to lumber down the court and get in the
Nah,
post and
dog,
take
it's not
five,
gonna
6 seconds
fly.
to do
Yeah.
his moves. It's just
And
I
it's a,
can't
it's
really
just a
see it.
fast, yeah, it's a fast paced game. Bama's shooting on the perimeter. They just gonna pull him out like he basically gonna be. I mean, without a jump shot, like at least the Lopez brothers, they can shoot. You know what I'm saying? A
Right.
little bit from the outside, but yeah,
And that go ahead.
nah. I just saying like the game just doesn't translate. Like the players are bigger in size. You're not gonna be able to get all of them, them looks where you could just kind of body or the mismatches,
Right.
so to speak, where
The
you could
open
just kind of
gym one
move.
on ones
Yeah,
where you just
you're not.
bodying a little Bama to the basket and just turn
Yeah,
around and lay it up.
I mean, I think he'll have a place. I think there's a place where he could, you know,
He could help a team
play
for
like
sure.
24 minutes and you know what I'm saying, maybe give you 12 and 10 and 4. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think those are solid numbers for his position, but like the dominating, like he dominates in college, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't even think he could be a good player on a bad team. I think
Mhm,
if you send him to like the Lakers, where you
mhm.
got AD's just stuck at the four, him at the five, where LeBron
Oh
could come
yeah,
down and throw some oops, and they can use him in certain ways to get rebounds or like to get
yeah,
some, a handful of post buckets,
yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah,
10 to
yeah, yeah,
15
yeah,
points. Like he could help that team a lot. But if you
yeah.
send him to like the Wizards and you think they're gonna get better, or Detroit, I think you can't build around him or have him on a bad team, and he can't even give you Kevin Love type numbers on the bad team. He's not gonna give you that 25 and 12.
Mm-mm.
I just don't. He doesn't move well enough from what I've seen. And he's gotten way better in the last, I guess, 2 to 3 years from where he was. So that who's to
Mhm.
say he won't get in the league, get with the league nutritionist on the league weight plan, change his
Mhm.
body a little bit, be able to move and run better, and
And,
get
and
marginally better.
yeah,
But
and
yeah, he got to add he got to add some moves. He's
yeah.
got to
'Cause
add a jump
when
shot.
people were trying to compare him to Yao Ming, like stuff, I'm like, no,
Y'all can
Yao
shoot.
Ming can shoot that joke. Like, no,
Yao was
Yao
quick for
Ming,
his size.
yeah, he give a little cash. Like Yao gave you buckets. So I mean, he got a little jump hook, but it's easy when you're doing it over Bama's who half your size. You saw last night. I mean, he still had the numbers, but against somebody that could really like match up wise with him as far as like height and length, he was struggling.
Yeah.
He was struggling. So, I mean, he still had a solid game, but everybody,
You
it's a
taking him with a
thousand
lottery
against
pick?
what pick I got.
You tell me. What pick would you be like? Okay, it's a solid pick. At what part of the draft?
14, 13.
I think that's reasonable because they say this is
Yeah,
one of the worst drafts ever. So anything from 10, I wouldn't be like that's terrible because I can't name five Bama's in the draft coming out this year anyway.
yeah. I mean, they always say the drafts is bad, and there's always like two to three guys that
They
like.
say this is the worst one ever, the worst draft ever.
No, the worst draft ever. We're just gonna go right here through the Rolodex. Worst draft ever might be the Otto Porter joint. That Otto Porter draft, that jump was bad, Aaron.
I can't remember I can't
Hold on,
remember
hold
in the
on. I'm about.
order that Bama's was taken over the years.
Let me see this joint here. Uh, Otto Porter draft class. Let's see here, dog. 2013. Oh my goodness, dog. Wait until you hear these first three names. Dog, Anthony Bennett.
Oh man, he's the worst number one overall pick in the history of the league
Dog, he worse than Kwame Brown, dog, in my
by
opinion.
far.
By
By far,
far. Victor Oladipo, who
he's
who
solid.
had he's solid, but he just didn't really like he get the injuries hurt him,
Yeah,
right? So he never really got to fully realize his spot. Otto Porter was number 3, Cody Zeller number 4,
trash.
Alex Lynn number 5, Nerlens Noel number 6, Ben McLemore number 7,
I forgot about him.
Contavious Caldwell Pope number 8. This guy, at
KCP.
least at least he's still in the league, but he like a 6 man. Nah, I think he starts still. he a contributor. He's solid. Trey Burke, that Bama out the league. CJ McCollum did well.
He's
He played well. He cooked. Michael Carter Williams, he out the league. Steven Adams,
still in the league.
he's the Kelly Olynyk, Shabazz Muhammad, dog.
He was supposed to be the guy.
and then this is the kicker. The best Bama in the whole draft, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, so the draft wasn't that bad. They just didn't know what they was doing, taking Bama's out of order.
Lucas Nagarera, Dennis Schroeder, Shane Larkin, Sergey Karasev, Tony Snell, George Dieng, Mason Plumlee, Solomon Hill, Tim Hardaway Jr., Reggie Bullock, Andre Robertson, Rudy Gobert. Okay, Rudy Gobert, 27. So Rudy Gobert.
They just picked the Bama's in the wrong order, it seemed like.
Yeah, Archie Goodwin. These Bama's. Alan Crabb. Oh, these Bama's. This is a terrible job. Glenn Rice Jr.
He was a preseason killer.
Killer, dog. Killer. Oh, dog, that joke was bad. Yeah. Outside of Giannis and maybe CJ McCollum. Yeah, those are the best Bama's in the draft. But usually draft had like 2, 3 of 2 to 3, 4. Nah, more than that. Like 4 Bama's you can usually get out the draft that'll eventually turn into cookers, dog. Yeah, because that draft was terrible. Calipari out at Kentucky. He going to Arkansas. They giving him the bag over there. He can do the one and done. He gonna try one and done over there, and see if
Bama's
works.
going to Arkansas. I don't think Bama's following him to Arkansas at this point with the NILs.
It's not even following him. It's where the bread at, dog. Because Bama's is just trying to get the bag.
Right, but the thing was, he was the bag before the NIL. Like he was sneaking Bama's, the loot. So now all of the Bama's that was getting all the recruits, like Saban, this Bama, certain other coaches who relied so heavily on just having better players than everybody else, and they got credit for being great coaches. When there's a little bit of parity, and you can't say definitively that his players are so much better than everybody else, they don't win. And that's not to mean they're not good coaches, at least, or even could be still great, but they need to have like rosters that are so much better than the opponents for them to be who everybody believes they are.
Yeah, I think Calipari going to Arkansas is one and the same. Like I think he'll basically do the same thing he's been doing in Kentucky over there. Have a pretty solid team full of young players that end up leaving.
I just think Kentucky's prestige level is so much higher than what Arkansas's is. I think he got guys at Kentucky that he can't get at Arkansas unless he going back to Brinks truck up and double and triple.
He got one of the the boosters for the school is basically giving them bread to work with the NIL. Like that's one of the contingencies.
Ain't that with Jerry Jones? Jerry Jones and was the coach for the Dolphins? Jimmy in Dallas.
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones went to Arkansas, didn't he?
I don't know, dog. Ain't he like 82 years old, dog?
He got that loot though.
Got that loot, dog. I mean, yeah, they got all you need is the bread. Bama's don't really care at the end of the day.
They went to Arkansas.
Yeah, they gonna come out there. Tiger said he gonna play in the Masters this week. I'm like, dog. He said I ache every day. Pain is my whole body's in pain. I just keep fighting. Like, dog, you need to just sit down somewhere, bro. I don't think.
How you get this injury from golf?
Dog, well, he ain't really get this injury from golf. The Bama fell off a cliff in a whip in California. You know them cliffs in California. Them Jones, dog. It's about to get a guy. He's still alive.
Put him in a vortex. I keep telling Bama stay away from them weak bunnies.
He in a snow bunny crisis.
The weak joints, dog. If you got a bad joint, dog, I got nothing to say. No complaint. I ain't gonna say one word. But when you out here risking your life and your golf career, just imagine what his career arc would have been if that joint never would have happened. He'd have
Dog.
had 20. He'd have had 20 majors by
Agent-
now.
yeah.
Dog,
He right, he
undisputed goat.
right, he right there. He's still like, I think he got like three away from Jack Nicholson, something like
That's
that.
too much when he ain't winning none.
Yeah, dog. I the thing is, I wanted like the odds for him in his junk. He's like plus 10,000 or something. It's something crazy. Like his
So you
odds to
put
win, it's like one
$2
in
on that.
one in 1,000. Yeah, something crazy. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I just put like $5 on that jump just cause you know what I'm saying. It is Tiger. This Bama is he's still the GOAT, but
All the time is undefeated.
yeah, it's undefeated. And dog, unless this Bama got AI like body parts, that's just gonna operate. Like I just don't see how he can make it through. I mean,
Make it with some stem
last
cells.
master the Bama was popping pills on the course. You know what I'm saying? Sneaking painkillers while he playing. So I just yeah, bro. I don't
It's
think his
over
body
with.
gonna be able to hold up. Yeah, it's
Because you
just
got the thing is when you like are a prototype like he was, the younger generation watches you and then they basically try to copy you and end up being better. The same, not necessarily better,
mhm.
but like they're a younger version of you. So it's like
Yeah,
Jordan at 40 trying to play Kobe at 30 or whatever age. You know what I mean? It's just like
yeah,
the level is different. So you got now you got white Bammers playing with the same kind of power Tiger came in with. That's hitting the ball 390 yards off the tee. You know what I mean? So it's just he set the template, and now you got younger guys in their 20s, early 30s that
yeah.
took that template and are basically physically, if they're not mentally where Tiger is, they're at least physically where he was back in those
Mhm.
times. So it's just it's over. It's over.
Yeah, it's over, dog. I think day one, I think he'll qualify. Like I think he'll make it to the third day, and then or maybe well, I don't even know if he'll make it to the third day, dog. I just it just gets so tough, and the grind of it on your body is just so like people think golf is not that tough on your body, but it is, dog. That torque, keep moving your torque, like trying to put power into your shots and the turning, dog. I'm telling you, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. I've been in tournaments,
Especially
and
when you juice it and you stop.
there you go, dog. And plus, like you say, he old. He ain't no spring chicken.
Man, he
So
got a juice. This when you need
man,
to be juicing.
I don't even know what the juicing rules are in golf. Like, do they test for juicing?
That's a good
I
question.
don't even know if they test for performance enhancement like that. I don't know what I mean, maybe they do. I don't know, dog. That's something I don't even know if they do or not. Um, but I know like maybe like 2, 3 years ago, the Bama was juicing when his arms was Buff Bagwell. Like, I'm like, dog, that Bama is just too swole. So I mean, we gonna see, bro.
So here's a key, and this is kind of interesting. The
Mhm.
timing. The PGA Tour announced before the 2017-18 season, players will be blood tested as part of its revised anti-doping program.
Mhm.
So if he was juicing around 2018, that's when the joint had to get cut
Mhm.
off, and then the body all of a sudden started falling apart. It's the same thing with your man in Houston,
JJ Watt.
allegedly. Allegedly, when
What
they
was his
changed
name?
that
He learned from the other white boy who was the linebacker. What's that man?
from USC.
Yeah, that man was
Brook was
juicing.
it Brookett? Uh,
No. It was y'all know who we talking about. The original juicer. That Batman was juicing,
he was with Houston too. Oh yeah, he was in Houston.
and he got big checks too. And he was like getting in, and they were like, nah, this Batman here. And then he was like, he was getting other players on the juice and all types of
Brian
stuff.
Cushing,
Ryan Cushion.
the
Ryan
original juice
Cushion,
man.
the original juice head.
That
That
man
man,
gets suspended, come
that
back,
man,
get suspended again. He not taking no breaks.
no, that man was passing out pills in the weight room. Like, hey, young, try this. This junk gonna make you hit harder. Like, that man was a cold juice machine, bro. This man was Jabba
I didn't
juice out
realize
here.
he was on the same team down there in Houston. That's real funny.
Yes,
But
they
then
was
you
the same
notice
team.
when they implemented that new HGH testing, all of a sudden Bama's got to get off it. Body start breaking down. It's no biology's
Yeah,
undefeated.
undefeated. So if they doing that in golf and they sticking to the joint, I mean, yeah, Tiger going. And trust me, he got connections. I think if this is my thought process. I think if Tiger was a white person, they would let him juice and let him just win to beat Jack Nicholson because the jump gonna bring so much revenue and eyes to the sport. They just be like, go ahead, dog. You
I
so
think
close.
even with him being black, he brings so many eyes and
He
marketing to
do.
the joint that they would like wait, be like, look,
But the thing is, he mismanaged it, Aaron. He out here striking bunny,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
doing crazy stuff, and
They gave him the golden goose, and
you can't trust him with it.
he traded it for a weak snow bunny. So you're right. He traded the golden
you
goose for a
can't
weak bunny.
you can't trust him with the G. He like, no, this
Can't be
Bama, he
trusted.
reckless.
Like John
He
Morant.
he
Them
trying to
Bama's
book
can't be
these
trusted.
weak joints at Applebee's, dog. This
Yeah.
Bama at Applebee's trying to
Your joint's got to at least be better than your wife, dog. If you're gonna ruin your life and your career, dog, you can't be popping out with no 4s and 5s. That's outrageous.
with
And
the
she the
pizza
help.
muffs on their face. Yeah,
She taking tips. No, stop. Nothing
oh,
wrong with people in that, but if you $1 billion Bama, dog, you gotta do better than that.
gotta do better, dog. Gotta do better. It's that's what I'm saying. Like, dog, IG will tell you that the picks is endless, dog. What is you doing
But some
with
Bama's got
these
a fetish
fours
for
and
weaklings.
fives,
They,
dog?
they got a fetish for weaklings because Tiger could get any younger he want for real, any race, because he already played that line of I'm not black, I'm catabalation or whatever he called himself. This Bama could get any younger he want, any race in that time. He ain't got no business going to the restaurant or the bar and going home with that drink.
No business, dog. Yeah. So I mean, right now it just seemed like like Tiger's the OG in the tournaments, and just everybody just respects him. And of course, he still brings eyes. People still want to see him. People still had his hope that he can win and stuff like that. So it's still a draw. And he
He ain't
just
gonna make it past day one.
after the 2 days, the Bama just then he just on like a campaign trail, like hey, kissing babies and all like that, like because that's his role now, dog. Winning the joint is just very like the percentages is just
He the golf
infinitesimal.
mascot.
Yeah, it just is what it is, dog. It's a lot of Bama's, Scotty Scheffler, John Rock, like they're just better and more capable, you know,
Now let
to
me say this:
win the joint.
if day 3 come and this Bama's in like the top 10 with a chance, the ratings is gonna be through the roof. It's like Caitlin Clark.
Hey,
If you get
dog,
to the end of the tournament and he
first of all,
hovering around,
first of all, that's the only reason why these Bama's will let him like juice
yeah,
and
they
not
praying and hoping. And
because
this
no,
Bama
I'll
could be
tell
around day
listen,
3,
listen, listen,
even in the
listen,
top 15.
listen. If it come to day 3, if it get to Sunday and this Bama's in the mix, dog, let me just tell you, the world is gonna be shut down watching the Masters.
Even
Like
I'm gonna watch golf if he
everywhere
gets
you go,
in the
you
mix.
just gonna be like watching, like, dog, is this Bama Tiger in it? Matter of fact, I'm gonna put $25 in that show.
It ain't no worse than putting it on a basketball
I
parlay when these
know
Bama's is
the
juicing the
Bama,
stats.
dog. Hey, dog,
You
hold
got
on.
to play that drink with the Bama had 4 points and tell me this not
Dog,
his
hold on.
mother ain't got a parlay in.
Some of the bad beats is so egregious that I'm just like, dog, how are they doing it, bro? How are they doing it, Aaron? They got Bama's on. They have to be. It's a line in to somebody, dog. It's no way.
It's the
Like
mob.
it's the
They got
mob.
Bama's walking around look like just regular Bama's.
Bama's thought the mob was done away with. Them Bama's is still active.
They
It just
corporate now.
yeah.
They not out
You're
greasing
right.
Bama's a beat. It's too much cameras out here. They was
They
smart
work for
enough to take it out the
they
street.
work for Nike and work for these big corporations.
They got these big construction companies like they legit now.
Oh yeah.
At
That's
least the
what
front is legit.
yeah. They come up there like, hey man, we got a sponsorship for you. You want the sponsorship? We need this under the cover. That's it.
It ain't gonna hurt nothing. You don't get but 5 minutes anyway. And those are the easiest Bama's to turn.
Easy.
Because they not getting no burn. They ain't got no bread like the Bama's on the team. And everybody want to live up to a certain standard. Like, man, this Bama got this joint and this. I'm living this. You feel oppressed. You making 400, 500 grand and you feel like you oppressed because the Bama's on your team is making 50 million in
No,
the
and
same time. So
just think about that too. Like you on a team with other players, you making like let's say you making your salary is 1 million, but after taxes and everything, it really come down to like 400 something, 400K. And you got a Bama, Jason Tatum, or somebody on your team that's like they getting
40 mil.
they getting they getting they getting they getting your salary per
In one
minute
game.
on the floor. Like you just gonna be like, dog, I need to get this bread, dog. Like, what I gotta do? Under 6 rebounds? Dog, the other night, Anthony Edwards had 1 rebound, Aaron. One
So
for
sports
30
is
for
cooked.
36 minutes, dog.
Sports is cooked forever now. It's
It'll
wrestling.
never be the same. It'll never be the same, dog. It'll never be the same. It'll never be the same.
It might get, the only thing I can see is it getting to a point where they remove prop bets. Like it's gonna take like one or two major bammers getting caught where they just gonna remove prop bet.
They're not gonna
Like
remove prop bets. Aaron, they're not gonna remove it. You know
I'm
why?
saying that's the only solution to it not
Dog,
being wrestling.
they're not gonna remove it because at the end of the day, dog, they're
It
filling
generates
trash
bread.
bags of money, dog. It's way too much. It's way too much. Like they're not gonna do that. They just gonna kick the Bam out the league. They just gonna set an example. They just gonna keep doing that until kingdom come, dog. Because the money is too much. So I mean, they got everything rigged. The baseball joint too. I seen Obama throw a pitch. The strike zone is here. The pitch line over here. That Bama said.
Yeah. With the
I
umpires, baseball,
said,
because it's
come
so
on.
subjective,
I said, come
no.
on.
That's
The
the
Bama-
easy. They've been rigging baseball for since the beginning of time.
That's the first joke
That was
they
the
had.
first one. Yeah.
That's the first joke they had their hands on. I said, come on, dog. The pitcher out here, the batter looking at the umber like, you serious? He said, don't argue. You out the game. Get him out of here. It's just, dog, this joke just so egregious, bro. It's so egregious. The basketball joint, crazy. The football joint, they adding rules so they can control the joint even more. Fluke joint. I never forget. No, it's been so like when you get a bad beat and the joke happens to you, you never forget it, dog. Dog, Ramondre Stevenson, this Bama needed 25 yards rushing, dog. This Bama got hit and fell down and fumbled the ball and got hurt all in the same play. The ball went forward. He fell for 1 yard. The ball went forward. These Bammers gave him 24 yards rushing.
You talking about
Dog,
Singletary with Houston?
that too. They got him too. No, it's egregious, bro. It's egregious. It's egregious. But we gonna hit a lick though.
I'm gonna go back to take it.
That's why they gonna keep cheating, dog. Because Bama's gonna keep giving it to them. So, oh yeah. Yeah, we do need to try and play. What are we doing for the draft, dog? Word is Bama's asking what we doing for the draft. What are we doing for the draft?
Whatever you want to do.
We doing a live draft on here, or we doing location draft?
I prefer the location.
Okay, we need to figure out what the location is going to be, and then we can let
When is it?
everybody know where we at. The
It's like
28th.
week after next.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, the draft is
27, 28.
It's Thursday the 25th. Yeah, so Thursday, April 25th is the draft. Yeah, April 25th, 26th, and 27th, 28th. But that Thursday is the 25th. That's the day we need to have some planned. So what we gonna do?
We just gotta figure out the location. I'm gonna look
Okay,
some
we
stuff up.
just maybe Green Turtle or something like
We need
that.
some eye candy. I don't want to go to no. I need to see something if I'm gonna be out the house.
Oh, we could go to the jump by the harbor. There's a sports bar over by the harbor That joint all right. That joint cool. We we can figure it out. We got a little bit of time. The 21st though.
We can go to Bethesda Sports and Social, but you gotta take the strap if you go to that joint.
I know. That was getting robbed out that joint, dog. With the switches and everything. AR-15. I'm like, come on, bro. This jump.
You gotta be strapped to go to Gaithersburg.
It's OC, bro. It's OC. Yeah, nah. April 21st, 40. I'm ready. I'm ready, dog. I'm ready.
We're gonna put the Al
Follow.
Bundy music behind the joint in slow motion too on video.
I'll put the what's the joint? That's the do 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 do
Yeah.
do 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 do. I think you're gonna put the Larry David music on me.
Oh, that's it. If you run a 5-3, then that's when the Larry David joint gonna kick in.
Hey, yeah, we're gonna be out there, John. We're gonna have the cameras and everything. We're gonna be ready, dog. We're gonna be ready. Follow us at OSS 980 Other Side of Sports. Share the content, click the like button, comment on the show. Shout out to Wiz Buffy, shout out to Lance J, shout out to Sports Talk Tasha, who will be on the show. Join us next week. Shout out to everybody who rock with us. We out.